Aquarius, July 18th. You pulled back from the noise, and I get why. But the tension did not disappear. It just went quiet. 5 of Wands, reverse. This reversal is about the fight cooling off, not the problem leaving. You stopped answering the group chat. You let the message sit. You smiled and you moved on, but the irritation stayed in your body. The point is not to keep the peace. The point is to name what actually happened. If you keep calling it, fine. It turns into underground resentment. You knew this already? The real move is directness. Say the thing, lower the noise. Stop pretending silence is resolution. 10 of Wands reversed. This reversal is about dropping what is too heavy. You have been carrying too much, and you know exactly where it shows. You said yes when you were already maxed out. You took the whole thing on because you thought nobody else would do it right. Actually, no, that is not responsibility. That is overfunctioning. Your body has been giving the signal. The tired eyes. The late replies. The feeling that even rest has to be earned. Let me rephrase that. You do not need to prove your worth by staying overloaded. Ask for help, hand something off, remove one obligation that is draining you for no good reason. Stop carrying everyone. The Sun, this card is clarity, simple clarity, not dramatic, just clean. The situation gets easier when you stop hiding from what is already visible. I'm seeing that once you stop managing everybody else's comfort, the truth gets bright fast. You can feel it in your chest, less pressure, more air. The Sun says the answer is not buried. It is right there in what keeps repeating. The same pattern, the same avoidance, the same burden. Once you look at it directly, the whole thing loses power. Don't overcomplicate the obvious. Don't talk yourself out of what you already know. Say the truth out loud and the room changes. So for you, Aquarius, this moment is not about more distance. It is about cleaner distance. There is a difference. One is avoidance. The other is clarity. 5 of Wands reverse says the conflict is already cooling, but only because you stopped engaging. 10 of Wands reverse says the load is too much and you are the one holding it. The Sun says the light is here now. The truth is visible. The relief comes when you stop calling depletion normal and stop calling silence peace. You are not being asked to fight harder. You are being asked to stop carrying what was never yours alone and to look straight at the thing you have been skirting. That is where the exhale is. That is where the relief is. Aquarius, July 18th. I'm seeing the noise drop first. Not because everything is fixed, because you stop feeding it. The room gets quieter when you stop pretending the problem is small. You already felt that tension in the group chat, in the delayed reply, in the thing you kept muting. The real shift is not peace. It is honesty. Five of Wands reversed. This card is about conflict cooling, but not in a clean way. It's the kind of reversed energy where people stop arguing out loud and start swallowing it instead. That means the friction is still there. It just went underground. So look at where you backed away instead of naming the issue. Look at where you smiled, nodded, and then got irritated later. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. Look at the place where you chose quiet over directness because directness felt like it would make things worse. The move now is simple. Say the real thing, not the polished version. Not the soft version that protects everybody else. The real thing. Page of Swords reversed. This card is mental overload, and it shows up like a mind that will not stop checking, rechecking, and assuming. You read into the text, you check the timestamp. You told yourself you were just being careful, but you were spiraling. This card reversed says the information is getting distorted because anxiety is talking too loud. So slow down, verify before you react. If you are about to send the sharp message, put the phone down first. Don't lie to yourself. Suspicion is not insight. Doom scrolling for clues is not clarity. The facts matter more than the story your fear is building at 1 a.m. 10 of Wands reversed. This card is the body finally saying enough. Enough carrying. Enough overfunctioning. Enough proving you can hold the whole thing together while everyone else stays comfortable. You may have been saying yes when you were already maxed out. You may have been doing the work of 3 people and calling it responsibility. This reversal is the release. Drop one obligation. Delegate one task. Ask for help on the thing you keep treating like only you can do it. Hold on. The relief comes fast when you stop confusing exhaustion with worth. Rest is not a reward for collapse. It is the move before collapse. The sun. This card is the clean light after all that noise. The sun shows what is visible now, and what is visible now is easier than you thought. The truth is not hidden. It is standing right there. Once you stop muting the conflict, once you stop feeding the spiral, once you stop carrying everybody, the whole situation gets simpler. The sun says warmth returns when you stop arguing with the obvious. You feel lighter after telling the truth. You exhale. You see who is actually present and who is only benefiting from your silence. That clarity is the blessing, not drama. Not guessing, just light. So for Aquarius, this moment is not asking you to hold more. It is asking you to stop managing the tension. Stop chasing certainty through anxiety. Stop carrying what should have been shared. The moment you do, the sun comes in and it makes the next step obvious. I'm seeing the noise drop before the truth does. Aquarius, you have been acting like if you keep it moving, it won't catch up. It catches up anyway. Five of Wands, reverse. This card is about the fight cooling off, but not because everything is fine. Five of Wands, reversed, means somebody stopped arguing and started swallowing it. You muted the group chat. You let the text sit. You smiled through the tension and called it calm. Actually, no, it was avoidance. The real issue is still there, just quieter. Page of Swords reversed. Page of Swords reversed is the mental spiral. Page of Swords reversed shows the doom scrolling, the rereading, the delayed reply that you turned into a whole story. You checked the tone. You checked the timestamp. You checked again. You were not looking for information. You were looking for proof. And the problem with that is you start reacting to your fear like it's fact. Three of Swords. Three of Swords is where the wound stops staying hidden. Three of Swords is the call that lands wrong. The message that confirms what you already felt in your body. The apology that never came. The truth here is sharp and it does not need your permission to hurt. You were just hoping it would soften on its own. It won't. Let it land. Stop minimizing it. Stop calling it not that bad when you have been carrying it in your chest all day. 10 of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands reverse is the moment you put the bag down. 10 of Wands reverse says you have been overfunctioning like it is a personality trait. You took the extra shift. You answered the text. You handled the thing nobody asked you to handle. Then you wondered why your body feels heavy, because you keep proving you can carry what is too much. This reversal is the release. Ask for help. Drop the task. Say no before you hit the wall again. The sun. The sun is what happens when the room gets bright enough that nobody can pretend anymore. The sun shows the truth in plain sight. The situation is simpler than your anxiety wanted it to be. The person is showing you who they are. The pattern is showing you where it goes. The relief comes when you stop arguing with what is visible. That's the shift. Not more decoding, not more guessing. Just clarity. And once you name it, the pressure starts leaving your body. The conflict cools, but now it cools in the open. The mental noise stops running the show. The wound can finally be seen for what it is. Not punishment, not confusion. A truth that needed daylight. Aquarius, July 18th. Five of Wands reversed. The noise is dropping, but not because it got resolved. It got muted. You stopped answering the group chat. You let the tension sit there. You told yourself it was easier to keep the peace. Actually, no. It just pushed the friction underground. This card is showing de-escalation, yes, but also avoidance. You are not fighting out loud. You are carrying the irritation in silence. Name the real issue. Say the thing cleanly. Don't confuse quiet with peace. Page of Swords reversed. The mental spiral is loud here, and it is not helping you. You check the text again. You read the delay like it was a clue. You started building a story out of fragments. Page of Swords reversed is about scattered thinking and mistrust of information. You are not getting clarity from stalking for answers. You are getting more anxious. Slow down. Verify what is actually true before you react. Speak with precision or do not speak yet. Three of Swords. Now the pain lands, not the rumor. Not the suspicion, the truth. Three of Swords is heartbreak, and it does not stay abstract anymore. You found out what you feared was true, or you felt the apology never coming, and that hit harder than the silence ever did. I'm seeing the moment where you stopped defending it. You sat in the car. You stared at the screen. You let yourself feel how much it hurt. Good. Let it land. Stop minimizing the wound. Stop rewriting what broke. King of Cups, this is the stabilizer. King of Cups does not erase the pain. He holds it without spilling it everywhere. You take the breath before the reply. You do not send the sharp message. You do not hand the whole room your reaction. King of Cups is emotional mastery, calm. Boundaries, care without collapse. Hold on. This is where your power comes back. Not by shutting down, by responding instead of reacting, by staying steady while the truth is still warm in your hands. Ten of Wands reversed. The load is too heavy now, and your body knows it. You have been carrying the project, the feelings, the cleanup, the explanation, all of it. Ten of Wands reversed says drop what is not yours. Ask for help. Stop proving your worth through exhaustion. Maybe you said yes when you were already maxed out. Maybe you kept doing the job that should have been shared. You are tired for a reason. Let some of it go. Relief is not laziness. It is correction. The Sun, and here it comes. Clarity, warmth. No more guessing games. The sun shows what is visible now, and the visible thing is simpler than the fear made it. The truth hurt, yes, but it also clears the room. You can see who is honest. You can see what is done. You can see what needs to be released. You already knew that. Once the truth is out, the pressure drops, the body exhales, the path gets brighter. Do not overcomplicate the obvious. Step toward what is clear. Aquarius, July 18th. This is where it stops being a theory and becomes a wound. You already felt the tension before you could name it. You kept muting it, brushing past it, telling yourself it would settle on its own. It did not. Five of Wands reversed. This card is about the conflict cooling down on the surface while the real issue stays buried. The Five of Wands reversed keeps showing me the group chat you stopped replying to, the conversation you let die the moment you chose quiet over truth. Actually, no, it is not peace. It is avoidance wearing a soft face. You are not supposed to pretend everything is fine when your body already knows it is not. Page of Swords reversed. This card is the mental spiral, the delayed text you read 3 different ways, the late night scrolling for clues. The Page of Swords reversed is telling you the mind has been running ahead of the facts. You check the tone, you check the timestamp. You checked again, and still the story got sharper in your head than it was in real life. Stop feeding suspicion like it is insight. Slow down. Verify, speak clean. 3 of Swords, this card lands hard because the truth is painful now. The 3 of Swords is the call that did not feel good, the apology that never came, the moment you finally admitted the hurt was real. You already knew that. You just did not want the shape of it. This is heartbreak, yes, but it is also honesty. Let it land. Do not rewrite it to make it easier to carry. King of Cups, this card steps in after the break. The King of Cups is the breath before the reply, the calm voice in the middle of a messy moment, the part of you that can feel everything without drowning in it. This is important. Emotional maturity is the stabilizer here, not coldness. Not pretending you are detached. The King of Cups says you can be compassionate and still have a boundary. You can care without collapsing. 5 of Swords, this card shows what happens if ego tries to take over the wound. The 5 of Swords is the sharp text sent just to win, the argument you keep going because you need the last word, the trust you damage to prove a point. Stop kidding yourself. Winning that exchange will cost you more than it gives you. Walk away from the power game. Protect your peace before pride starts calling itself strength. Ten of Wands reversed. This card is the body finally saying enough. The Ten of Wands reversed is the over-functioning, the caring of everyone, the guilt that hits when you think about resting. You have been proving your worth through exhaustion. That is done now. Drop what is unnecessary. Ask for help. Stop making martyrdom look like responsibility. The Sun, this card is the clarity after the storm. The Sun is what becomes obvious once you stop arguing with reality. The Sun shows you the situation for what it is, and somehow that truth is lighter than the guessing ever was. You can exhale here. You can see it. You can move toward what is warm, simple, and real. Aquarius, July 18th. This is not asking you to keep carrying the same mess just because you got used to it. Five of Wands reversed. The fight has been going quiet, but quiet is not the same as solved. You muted the group chat. You ignored the little jabs. You let the tension cool down on the outside while it stayed hot in your body, the same tension you keep muting from, even when it never actually leaves. Come on, you know that was never peace. That was avoidance. Page of Swords reversed. The thinking got messy. The checking got obsessive. The delayed reply became a whole story in your head. You kept reading the same message like it was going to change, like the story anxiety keeps writing in this was going to turn itself into proof. It didn't. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. The facts were already there, but anxiety kept trying to rewrite them. You need less guessing and more precision. Stop stalking for clues. Stop sending the sharp text just to get relief. Three of Swords. Yeah, there it is. The truth hurts. Something broke. Something landed wrong. Maybe you found out what you feared was true. Maybe the apology never came. Maybe the person who kept saying they cared was the one who cut deepest. Because this is the part you cannot skip. You do not heal by minimizing it. You do not heal by acting like it was not that bad. This is the truth that hurt to hear back in, and it still needs to be named plainly. You let the wound be real, or it keeps running your whole nervous system. King of Cups. This is where you get steady, not cold, steady. You breathe before you answer. You stop reacting from the first sting, and you let the calm that holds the room in this do its work instead of forcing a reaction. You hold your boundaries without turning cruel. That is the move, not the performance of being unbothered. Actual emotional control, actual calm. You can care without collapsing. You can be kind without over-explaining. You can tell the truth without turning it into a war. Five of Swords. And here is the ego trap, the need to win the argument. The need to get the last word. the need to prove you were right even if it costs you trust. That game is tired. It already took too much. You won the text exchange and still felt sick after, which is exactly what winning the fight but losing trust looked like. And so what was the point? Choose what is worth fighting for. If it is only about pride, walk away. Protect your peace. Keep your dignity. Do not keep score forever. Ten of Wands reversed. This is the release. The backpack comes off. The project does not need you to carry every piece. The family issue does not need you to manage everybody's feelings. The work thing does not need you to prove your worth through exhaustion. You have been over-functioning. You have been saying yes when you are already maxed out. That ends here. Ask for help. Drop what is too heavy. Rest without guilt. You already did enough. The sun, and now the light hits it. Clear, simple. No more fog. No more pretending the obvious is complicated. You see what is real now, and it actually makes you lighter. That is the shift, not drama. Clarity, not another fight. Truth. The burden drops, the ego loses its grip, and the whole thing gets easier because it finally gets honest. You already knew that. Tell the truth. Let the light simplify everything. Okay. That's all I've got for now. If this hit, you already know what to do. Please subscribe. Tell your group chat. I'll see y'all soon.